everything that you see online should not be believed. And I'm going to explain in this video why everything that you're believing right now, as you're watching this, everything that you are believing on autopilot, just watching, believing blindly, is costing you so much more than you can actually see with your physical eyes. So the first thing that I want you to know is that everything you are believing is a lie. This video that you're watching of me is a lie. And I'm going to explain how with my beautiful words that I love doing. So if we split believing, be, now we always start with be, do, have, right? So anything in the manifestation space, you have to become it first, then you have to start doing it and practice and actually taking inspired action from your soul, and then you have the actual physical manifestation, the result of it. So when we are believing, we've split this into be, lie. So you're being a lie, okay? So first of all, when you start being, you are being a lie, which means you're believing the lies that you are telling yourself. And this goes back to the self-concept, the law of attraction, law of vibration. Everybody's saying, oh, just make it, fake it till you make it. All of that stuff is literally rewiring your mind to believe a lie in order to then step into the actions that you want to, so that you can have the manifestation. This is where we are going wrong and where we are going right if you understand this. So after this video, by the end of this video, you should know exactly where you're stuck in any area of your life and how you can actually start to manifest using this principle on everything that you've been believing up until this point, because you have to switch some of the lies that are no longer serving you, okay? So be, lie, ving, which is living. Be the lie that you are living. So believing. Every single belief that you are believing right now, that you are being in as a lie and believing that that is your truth, is either setting you up for success or setting you up for failure. I'm going to pause on that for a second because I just want you to really take this in, okay? Be, lie, living, believing. Be in the lie that you are living. You are currently being in a lie that you have sold yourself, or other people around you have sold yourself, or the advertisement companies, social media, anyone that you're following, even on YouTube. If they have a belief system that you have been listening to and you are believing that lie that they are selling to you, you are living that, that's going to reflect in your reality. That is literally it. So manifestation, this is literally manifestation, the formula of it in a simple whiteboard. You can just literally take a picture of this or pause this video. That is literally manifestation, and the manifestation teachers won't even teach it this way, right? This is my way of teaching because I see everything underneath subconscious. This is literally the work that I do with clients. Anybody who sits in a one-to-one with me, any of my coaching programs that you come into, link will be in the description box below, you guys. This is literally what I'm telling them. I'm seeing the lies that they are telling themselves, and I'm telling them exactly what lie they need to switch. That is all I'm doing for them. I'm literally seeing the reality they are living in, the lies that they are believing, altering that, so I bring that out of their awareness for them to see, so they can see, okay, this is a lie that I'm believing. And then I give them a new lie that will actually allow them to step into that future version that they want to be in. That is the power of this. So, so powerful. So right now, when you're watching this, I want you to ask, okay, who are you being right now? What lies are you believing to be believing? What lies are you believing to be true? And you are living in that lie every single day. Now, I'll give you a few examples of this to help you out. So if we relate it to entrepreneurship, are you telling yourself building a business is hard? Your being in the energy of business is hard. You are believing that lie, and which means you're living a lifestyle and a reality that will show you and mirror to you, because everything in our reality is an illusion, a mirror. That's just showing us our inner thoughts. So until we switch our inner lies and our beliefs, and actually start believing the reality that we want to see, it starts from inside, right? Everything starts from inside, you guys. And this is why every single lifestyle that you see that other people are living around you and that you aren't living is because they sold themselves a lie that will help them in their reality. And you sold yourself, you sold yourself, and you continue to live in the lie of what's no longer serving you. So this is literally how I manifest my soulmate, a car when I need it, a house when I need it, everything in my reality, a business, money. It's all based on the lie that I am believing to be true about myself, and then switching up my beingness in a new lie. I took this one from Myron Golden, who I love that guy. He literally said lie-dentity, right? Let's just go into the lie-dentity. So I hope you got this down, guys. Make your notes, drop it in the comments. What lie have you been telling yourself, or have you been sold? And this can go as far as simple things like YouTubers telling you that growing YouTube can be hard. And if you take that belief on, it can be as simple as you listening to it once, and it reprograms into your headspace as a belief that you can continue for 10, 15, 20 years of your life, right? This is how powerful this shit can be. So stop believing everything that you are hearing, listening to, all of that stuff. Really question, go deeper into the lies that you are being sold and switch them, make it a good lie. Because either way, we're lying to ourselves about everything. I'm lying to myself. Like even when I did TikTok, I was like, I'm a 10,000 TikToker. I wasn't, but I reached there because I lied to myself. Okay. So this is the lie-dentity. This connects very deeply to this lie-dentity that we all have ongoing. Now, if we get this, this can have the power to change your mind too, because there's the lie-dentity, which is most of us are operating on this, right? Not the identity. This is the true, the I am statements. This is the soul, okay? This is the ego, or this is the unawareness, or the subconscious. And then you have the my identity, which is ego. And this is our wounds that we create, a my identity where everything becomes about me, me, me. So we cannot win if we are in this or if we are in this. And we have to swap this to this, and then start using this as an asset or an ally to actually uncover the truth of the identity. Now you're like, what the hell are you going on about, Janie? Let me explain. Like I said, all our beliefs are literally us being in an identity of lies, right? So that is the lie identity. Now we are all in this because we all have a subconscious mind. Nobody on the planet as a human being does not have a subconscious. I have done a video, which I'll link up here, about the stuckness, free yourself, how to get unstuck forever, where I deeply go into a bit more of the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and how it works, right? So because every single one of us has a subconscious, we are not able to see beneath the surface of our own psyche. And that's why we need other people. Like that's my gift, where I can see into other people's subconscious so clearly. That's the gift I've been blessed with, right? And so this is the lie identity. So I can see every single lie of every single identity posed in front of me, all around me, the masks, the filters that people wear, and the lies that they tell themselves on a daily basis that they cannot see. And that's why you sometimes get this scenario where you're so stuck. Like I was stuck in this 10-year decade of, I'm never going to have a soulmate. It's like people just don't love me. Like I'm just not worthy. And until I switch that lie of fuck it, like I am so fucking worthy. I deserve the best of the best. And the next relationship, I'm not settling for less than what I deserve. I'm only going to give my attention and my energy to a soulmate type of relationship. Boom, 2 weeks in, soulmate manifested, coming up to our 6th year together. Yeah, so this is the power of that. Now, the lie identity keeps you stuck. This is part of your spiritual purpose, is how I look at it, because we are here to master these lessons. This is where we have sudden awakenings in the spiritual realms. Spiritual communities always like to say you're waking up. This is where the awakening happens, where suddenly stuff from the subconscious comes to the conscious and you're like, oh, ding, 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 light bulb moment. You've had that. If you're watching this, some of you, if you had an awakening, you'll get what I mean by this. If not, I'll do an awakening video at some point to explain a bit more. But basically, when your subconscious pushes up stuff that you've been repressing too much, I always give the Titanic example, like the iceberg, where you don't see the bottom half and how deep and big it is. And obviously that cuts through the ship. And so you only see the tipping point. Now, what happens is all of that stuff at the bottom is coming up. So you see that at the top, the pinnacle. And so you're able to actually maneuver the ship around it, right? So this is literally what happens in the subconscious. When you have an identity and you're about to switch, make that switch, stuff from the subconscious can come into your conscious mind, okay? Now, when we know, okay, this is the identity, we come into either the identity or the my-identity. Okay, so what happens is when you've been living a lie and you think, okay, I need to make a change. Some people can move from the lie identity into, okay, I'm just going to switch into the opposite of like, it's all about me, I'm the best, like, I'm not going to believe what everybody else tells me, I'm just right. And it can go into arrogance, borderline, if you're not resolving the wounding and the traumas and half of the beliefs that are stored there, have to go through a cleansing, a process, right, through the body. And so if you're not doing that, we come into the ego and the wounding, and we start operating from this space of my identity, where it becomes all about you. It doesn't become about the other. When we're in this space, again, the my is another lie, which what we're doing here is we're literally creating a gap between the subconscious. Now, what we are doing is thinking that we are the identity itself. Now, again, this is literally like saying, I am the mind, but you are not the mind. The mind is separate from the body because it doesn't even exist in the body. The mind is not even locatable inside the organ, right? It's in every cell of you because it's part of, and I like to say the mind is actually your soul. Communication happens through the mind, through your intuition, which is also located in the imagination in the mind, right? So, don't want to get too complex with this, but I just want you to get that the my identity is again an ego created identity that is thinking that it is the body. So when it goes, you know, when you create these again, and then it's a cycle. You constantly go, you have this back and forth cycle between these two spaces of the lie identity, which creates a belief about, you know, what it's believing from other people, and it stores it as truth. And then it goes into a my identity where it tells itself the story that I am unlovable, or like my hair doesn't look good, which means I can't show up this way, or my this, my that, or like, it's literally just about them. And everything is operated upon judgment of themselves and criticism of themselves, right? And so they live and die off of criticism or compliments and things like that from other people. They need the external stimulation to confirm that their identity is literally them. And so this is where we have this gap between our soul, and this is where in the my identity you find you're depressed, you're anxious, all of these symptoms, anxiety, depression. And trust me, guys, I have been here. I've had all of this shit, right? Which is why I know it so well. Anxiety, depression, these are all my identities with just ego wounding, where we think we are the body when we forget that we are actually the soul. Now, the soul has come here with the I am consciousness, okay? With the I simply am, which means I is simply the soul. The soul is not connected to any of the lies. The soul is also not connected to any of the my's. So everything that has happened in your ego, your wounding, it's for your soul to experience. And when you can remember that, and that's why awakening is just a remembrance of who you truly are, which is just the I. Just the I is just referring to the soul. When you know that you are just the soul is coming into this physical body just to experience life, but it isn't actually the body itself, is it? Which is why when you have death, it's the soul leaving the body, because the body has done its time here. You've experienced how much you can experience. The soul has experienced. The soul, being the I am, has experienced the wounding, the trauma, the experiences. And now it's time to go to another body or another realm. And so when you remember that you are just the I am, this stuff doesn't bother you. And you stop being in the identity that you don't want to be in. And you start experiencing the identities that you do want to, because you remember that you're the soul and you came here to experience life the way you want. And when you have this my identity, anxiety, depression go away. Why? Because you stop believing that you are the body and that all your experiences are also you. And you know that those experiences are for you so that your soul can remember who you truly are, to wake up and start switching the story around. So we can change our identity at any given time if we stop believing, be, lie, living. If we stop being in the lie that we are currently living in, and be in the lie or the truth of the life that we actually want to live in. So if you want to live in the identity of I am, then you start believing the lie that you are the soul. Because even that in itself can be a lie, right? That's why there's this whole debate about the universe, the soul, religion, spirituality, what is what. This is the lie that I choose to live because it serves me. It comes from a higher consciousness. I don't know where it comes from. And so for me, that's enough evidence in my life to prove that that's my truth. Your truth can be something completely different, but if it's going to serve you and it's going to help you and it's going to allow your soul to live in the I am identity, that you feel free, expansive, it frees you from the lie identities that are keeping you stuck, it frees you from the identity of anxiety, depression, trauma, then why wouldn't you choose the I am of the soul journey? It's a great lie to believe in to up-level your life, right? So that's why I'm choosing it. What you choose can be very beneficial for you as long as you assess it and go, okay, is it keeping me in a lie identity that's keeping me stuck up here within my subconscious? If you need help with that, again, you guys, this is literally why I do my one-to-ones. It is quite expensive, not gonna lie. So not everyone can come and sit, but I also have other courses. And also I'm going to do a 3-day sexy spirituality challenge, right? To unlock the sexiness within your own spiritual soul. Because anytime you have anxiety, depression, or anytime you're sitting in unawareness, it's not really sexy energy. But the sexiest energy is when you can be in this I am, because that's where the confidence comes from. That's where this conviction comes from. People always say, where do you speak with all this conviction, Janie? Because I am in my sexic, authentic power. Always, because I am. Because this is the lie I told you I choose to believe, right? I know that I am simply the soul here to experience life. And that's why people are like, oh, she's quite detached. Like, I detach from everything. Quite simply because that's what I came here to do. This is what my soul is here to do, right? So you can also have the same choice. We all have the same choices to make. Pick your identity, separate from your my identity, start being in your identity, and stop be lie living in the lies that you don't want to be living in. Switch it around. That choice is yours. So if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next video. Mwah.